believe it is actually the rational thing for them to do. All the data and studies that we've shown show that it will not only increase their opportunities to find jobs and health and education and all these things, it makes the economy better. And if we do this as an industry, it will also, for self-interest, just increase the profits of all of the different companies that are involved here and allow us to invest more in building out the infrastructure to deliver even better internet to people a lot sooner than we're on track to as an industry without doing so.
So did your work with Globe suggest that they really make more money as a result of this then?
We're on the way, right? I mean, I think there's, we've been doing this for only a few months now, so I mean, that's kind of, I think, makes it even more impressive that the number of people using data in the internet in the Philippines is doubled on their network in just, I think, the 3 or 4 months that we have. We're near break-even and still have a bit of work to do, but we are very early in tuning this, and this is a lot of what these partnerships are. Right, is we work with folks, and early on it starts off and it's not tuned, and you're going to spend a little bit more than you're making up front. But from what we've seen in the rate of improvement, we're highly confident that we're going to get this to a point where it's going to be very profitable.
Okay, so be more specific of what you want from carriers, because there's nothing if not carriers at Mobile World Congress. So you got the right audience, but what do you want them to do if they were to work with you? What would it be like to work with you, and what can you do for them specifically?
So right now, a lot of what I just want to do is share the vision and get people starting to think about this. We don't have capacity to work with a large number of partners at this point, but we want to work with a few more. So maybe 3 or 5 more partners to, the first step was testing just a couple of basic services. Then what we want to trial over the next year is the full kind of vision, right? So all of the different services that we talked about with all of the different kinds of upsells and things that we think that we have the ability to do if we work with a carrier deeply and plug into their systems deeply to make all these flows really efficient and use all the knowledge that we have about customers that both we and the carrier have. So we basically, a lot of the arrangements that we've had with folks, we'll test something out for a couple of months at a time. We've been really lucky with some of the partnerships that we have. I mean, I mentioned Globe and Tigo, and there are a handful of others that they've been long-term partnerships that give us the ability to test things, and even if they don't work in the first month, to kind of keep on pushing and getting them to work over a 3 or 5 month period. What we want to do for the next set of partnerships is kind of have a year-long period where we're really diving in together with a couple of folks to see how far we can push this and make this model work. And my goal would be to show that the model works in full over the next year, and then to be back here either next year or the year after with a systematic program that we can roll out to everyone who wants to work with us at that point. But for the next year, we're really just looking to work with, maybe 3 or 5 companies who are really serious about trying to connect everyone in their country using free basic services.
Okay, if they're giving free access to Facebook, that's good for you. Sounds like you could make some good money from that. So is this just a way for Facebook to make more money, basically, then? I mean, what is the reason why Facebook is doing this?
So, over the long term, I hope. But I mean, one of the unfair economic realities is that the people of the vast majority of the wealth in the world are the billion people who are already on Facebook, right? So when I talk about this with my board of directors and I put in front of them a budget to spend billions of dollars on trying to get internet.org and this vision to work over the next few years, I mean, they rightfully ask me, okay, well, how is this going to be profitable in the near term? And I cannot construct any model that's going to add up in the near term, right? Because the ad markets in these countries don't really exist in a huge way yet that is going to make us be break even on this over any period of time that we typically make investments. But I believe in this because, I mean, first of all, this is why I started Facebook, right? I mean,
well, like I said, you have a long-term view, but go on.
Yeah, I mean, I built the product originally because I wanted it at Harvard, but I mean, the vision was that someday someone should try to help connect people, and reaching 1 billion people ourselves was really this moment for us. And we're like, all right, what are we really here to do? Right? If we can help connect 1 billion people, are we going to spend the next few years getting to 1.1 and then 1.2 and 1.3? Yeah, we'll do that, right? Because we'll do that on the way to something else. But there's got to be something bigger, and for us, it's really this vision of connecting the world. And when I think about the vision, I think we're probably going to lose money on this for quite a while. All the different things that we're doing. The reason why I'm optimistic is just like social networking early on. The reason why we did it, even though all these bloggers and folks are saying, oh, this is just a fad, or, oh, okay, fine, so some people are using this, but it's never going to make money, I never really cared about that. I believed that it was just this important thing, and I couldn't connect all the dots going forward. I didn't know enough about the world or business to do so, but I just felt, this is an important thing, right? And if we do something that's good for the world, then eventually we'll find a way to benefit from that in some way. And I kind of feel like that around internet.org as well. There's no clear plan that I can say today is like, okay, this is going to be good for Facebook, but I think it's clearly good for the world, and like every metric of good for the economy and global health and people in these countries and everything, I think you can see that. And over time, I think if we can deliver this, then it'll probably be good for us over time as well.
Is your board completely cool with that?
Yeah, because they're on our board because they believe in our mission.
Okay, but you are kind of an unusual company because of the scope of your presence globally. I mean, I guess it's an unusual position to be in where if internet access increases, you benefit just because such a huge percentage of users of the internet use your service. So what kind of trajectory would we see this to be on? I mean, how long do you think it'll be before we could potentially, say everything went right and all the partnerships worked and you really got what you wanted? How long before everyone could have basic services, not streaming Netflix, but Wikipedia and weather information?
What I hope is that we can prove that the model works, and then get to a place where we can work with a larger number of carrier partners within the next 2 or 3 years. And then after that, that's when I think a lot of the hard work will actually begin of rolling it out and working with the carriers to do that, which is really when I think you'd start to see many more folks get on the internet. So this is a long-term thing for us. I mean, this isn't figure something out. In 6 months, we'll start to see internet numbers grow dramatically. But I think if we can do this well as an industry, then within 5 years, I certainly hope the number of people that are connecting is a lot more than the billion that someone put in the video that played right before you and I came up here. And I would hope that, in the next 10 years, we can really make progress in connecting most of the rest of the world, whether that's 2.5 or 3 billion people.
Okay, let's go back to the subject we started with WhatsApp. Because, you said it was primarily in order to help fulfill this vision. But you paid $19 billion for it. I just trying to put myself in the head of your board here, right? They do probably agree with you that long-term making the world more connected and open is a great thing. But then they're numbers people, a lot of them. And, that's a huge investment you've just made. And it sounds like the return is very long-term. But is it really the right way to think of WhatsApp? Because it's not the way it's been discussed.
I hate when they do this. Suffice, my HP is vintage, like I am. America. Good morning. Cannot slumber good. I am disturbed by the visions of a 13-year-old. American Christians, I am disturbed that you go to supermarkets, Ralph's, Freddy's, and think of having 7-Eleven, Black Panther. Excuse me, my voice. Orwell is resting, and he deserves it. He deserves it. He would have already given up. Just like millions of other Americans have given up. Chelsea, this is to you, my dear. How do you feel reading about your father like that, your mother? If there was no truth, they would litigate. They're very greedy people. Chelsea, you have a new baby. Your father touches that baby. What loyalty do you have to your child or to your DNA? Mom had a loyalty to DNA and society. First, well, not first, many of most, these third world motherfuckers, it had to be from Islam. These third world motherfuckers say American women want to get raped. Baby, I say the same thing sometimes, but I don't mean it. Unless you're one of these Alden Avenue Mexicans or New Hampshire Mexicans or Koreatown Mexicans. You're out there looking for. Surprise, excuse me, pardon. I caught Orwell's cold. Surprise. A man who says that, or a woman, because you remember with the NFL, y'all had it on video. The man beat his wife, knocked her unconscious, and dragged her out. And in the next few days, a wild woman, she didn't care. She should have been beaten. Maybe she could have cared. These people have great power. The Clintons. The Clintons. And you're telling me that if libel was out there, someone had libeled him, lied about him, they wouldn't be out there suing him. They don't have to do it. They got lawyers to do that. They're not like money. Little girls. Little girls. And y'all are preparing, or at least 50-some%, 53, 54%, are planning to put this woman in the White House. Once upon a time, I had a great respect for her. I have none now. No. And it's for him. Sir, how does your mother feel looking down from heaven as you're fucking those little girls? If I mess you up, I believe you're a Rhodes Scholar. A Rhodes Scholar. Your governor, your president, twice elected. You use the White House like Obama does. The only saving grace in the White House is this woman. It's this woman. I hope you can see it. Can you imagine the shit this woman puts up with? Can you imagine? Orville, who is less educated than I, knows that Hillary Rodham Clinton cannot be president. But she will be. Because police shouldn't terrorize the homeless, the innocent, but they do. Yet they get upset when we point this out to them. What President Obama said about the police, I must agree with 101%. 101%. The police are dangerous. It is true, statistics reflect, black on black crime, white on white crime is there. And it's quite prevalent. Who else they gonna harm? But those that live next door and those they know. But this does not negate the truth that the police have an issue. And it's easy to remedy. Most easy. Like everything. They need to have cameras on them, on their uniform. You're going to talk with the public. You're going to enter the public realm. You must have your camera on. You must. We will give you your lunch, but everything else must be on camera. Because history reflects, you don't police the police. Sheriff Beck had an issue with his sheriffs that were doing regarding the prisoners downtown in Los Angeles. Sheriffs. Mind you, the prisoners are incarcerated. Incarcerated. Gomer is not a threat to anybody, to anyone, not even to me. He doesn't have, I don't know what to call it. People like him have been used so badly that they have no sense of how to get the fuck out of the situation they're in. And as a result, they act up. They already acting up. They already feel like they don't belong. I don't give a dang how many times I show Oracle how to send an email. It will not register because that is not important to him. He prefers easy to having to use his mind. And there are millions like him. You cannot say they're not because you live amongst them. And you harvest them. Like James Sheridan Sr. and Richard Patricia Sheridan. They harvest them. As they work their ego. Because Orville and Miss Sheridan are most alike. People would even think they were related. Miss Sheridan is the most successful woman. She was blessed. Her mother left her with my funds. Then she got her Mr. Sheridan. I guess that would be a blessing. No, I wouldn't. Surprise. You should see her and Orville yell at one another. Orville would come home. Because many times, like now, like many women, I go to where he works. What the fuck? What's going on? Surprise. I would send him to apologize. Anyway, he is up right now. I'm going to wait till he gets back into bed. I want to discuss this more. Would you please, it is not even 5 o'clock in the morning, he's already starting. It is most difficult. Because they have things in their mind that are set and must be done. It don't make sense. Surprise, I am most disturbed by the Clintons. Most disturbed. I'm disturbed. And Ellen, what are you doing, baby? Dorsch, whatever the hell his name is. That lawyer for pedophilia. Oh my God, they had him on TV doing commentaries. Surprise. He's going to have to get up anyway in a few minutes to start making these phone calls. I got the numbers, not all of them, but I'm going to go through the phone. All the numbers from the labor ready. Can I send him text? That he can call them at 5 o'clock in the morning, tell them it's ready for work. I'm stunned. And there's nothing I can do about it. Nothing. Nothing about the police. Nothing about the community. My God, yesterday one of the Mexican whores was posing from the hood, looking over here. Oh, Mexicans. For America to survive, we must get rid of you. We must. You're just so... And then you think you look surprised. Orwell responded to several texts yesterday. Got no response. And as y'all heard on the tape, it freaks him out. And it's like, what the fuck you want me to do, Gomer? It freaks him out. And it's like, do you believe in God? Do you believe in God, then everything will be fine. I put my faith in God. He'll get sent out today. And he needs at least a full 8 hours. He should be making $11 an hour then. Again, corporation. Yeah. I'll mark something here. Oath. Again, you have heard. But it was said to the people long ago, do not break your oath. But fulfill to the Lord the vows you love, you have made. But I tell you, do not swear an oath at all, either by heaven, for it's God's throne, or by earth, for it is his footstool, or by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great King. And do not swear by your head, for you cannot make even one hair white or black. Allow your need to say is simply yes or no. Anything beyond this comes from the evil one. Speak truth. Defend the truth. All the sharing of the people that had wives there in Van Nuys, Mexicans looking for jobs. God, they're everywhere. It's like not only affirmative action, but civil rights. With these many poor Hispanics and Mexicans, the poor white and black have no chance, no opportunity. And one Mexican was pissed he wasn't going to work tomorrow. Everybody's hurting. Everything costs money. But yet, women, Mexican women, condoned by True Blue Company and Labor Ready, Stephen Cooper, Wayne Larkin, allow this blatant discrimination. Oral said there were some black people there on the stone. I bet you the first crew that goes out will be all Mexican. The first ones to start that job. They cleaned out the plant because of there had to be corruption. History reflects all of it to be. Yet they're going to start it up wrong again. Blacks and whites should be the majority. Mexicans only after the quota has been filled. Let us begin Sun Valley as an American venture, if not corporation. I don't know who owns it. I don't know the story of it. But I do know the story of Republic Services at 67th and Paramount. They're horrid. They bully older women. They throw rocks and bottles at an old truck. They get their Mexican friends in 18-wheelers to run over a truck. All this is allowed because it is your normal. Republic Services will continue to lose contracts. I will be most proactive in that. They are unworthy of the treasure handed by the community. Their mission statement does not even understand their ego, much less greet their action. If I were not with Orville, he would have already given out. he would have already gone back to New Hampshire, where illegals come in by the bandloads. The cops are bad. Yeah, there are less cops than people because that's the way it is, Gomer Pals. They don't police their own. They see USA law and it's nothing. They park their cars wherever they want to. A cop is a role model. Why in the fuck are you gonna park in the red zone, a fire zone, when you're only getting down to thank heaven 7-Eleven, like Adams and Figueroa, and many other places? Much false, much false. You have forgotten the definition of both, or you lack clarity of both to the United States of America. Surprise, there's another one. These are to Mexicans. There's so many. They're everywhere. And all because we could not seal a border. You gave our jobs to India and Mexico. And they keep sending their people here, who are at best hostile and refuse to assimilate. Page 1524, Matthew 5:27. You have heard that it was said, you shall not commit adultery. Excuse me. But I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart. If your right eye causes you to stumble, gouge it out and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to be thrown into hell. And if your right hand causes you to stumble, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to go into hell. Surprise, it's 33 minutes. I want to upload this. And I gotta continue writing the phone numbers. I was gonna call all of them this morning. Another one, this is in Stephen Miller's book. The heavens proclaim the glory of God. The skies display his craftsmanship. The corporations display the ego of our president. As truth reflects an array of audacity in a circus of audacity. Our laws are not adhered to. Our 1576 labor levy, they would have all been fired. But then they will bring in the other Mexicans like them. You cannot win. You cannot win. I insist on Orwell that we go down to 1576 labor levy. He won't do it. I'm gonna go see the Yasmin. I wanna see if the nigga boy and the little Mexican boys are gonna call me a ma'am again. They have terrorized us. And just like Sheridan's homosexuals, the manager, Laredo, and Grandpa terrorized me while they were at work. So guys, nothing can change. Black America will continue to get madder and angrier and do foolish things. The cops, they're already lost an ego. One report is too much, and more than enough is too much. So therefore, no, the cops have an issue. They have followed me for no reason. Yet they refuse to do anything about the neighborhood pimp and crack hole, who have followed us to Menlo, right up here, close to Menlo and Pico, have followed us to 11th and Veranda. The pimp sat in the car laughing. The first time we saw his crack hole, she looked like shit. She was released from Good Samaritan Hospital. I gave her $1. As I was giving her $1, a nigger man was trying to convince Orville to go upstairs to get fucked. How am I supposed to feel? How am I supposed to feel? The whore stood right next to Orville. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, this is so wrong. And I'm not gonna delete this.
Come on.
This is reality.
I'm sleeping. Why are you badmouthing me? Making a bunch of shit about me.
Surprise. Then on Veranda and 11th, I got off the car to go into the dispensary. The crack hole had cleaned up. Across the street was her pimp, laughing. In the car was Gomer Powell. How should I feel? How should I feel? And where are the cops? Surprise. In grace of God be blessed. I want to get these phone numbers ready. In grace, pray for me and I'll pray for you. Pray for him and I'll pray for you. He needs to go out today. Oh, and my ticket is still not on the record. I need to get an extension. All this bullshit. Your prostitution is pandemic. The only difference between the Asians and the Mexicans, they're doing the massage parlors. It's just awful. Awful. Anyway, you are the change. You are the change. We must be careful who we elect as president. Do you understand? Next time you're getting your Tillamook strawberry ice cream, with your strawberries and bananas, look to the side. Those rags are making much, much money. If those things weren't true, they wouldn't be written. I don't want a president. That's lost in conversion. I don't want a president married to a man with a bucket little girl. I don't want a president who rumors have it, as I pay for my Tillamook strawberry ice cream, that she's a dyke. I don't want that. What we have already in the White House is reflective of what we will receive. In grace of God be blessed. Amen, amen. 41 minutes.